writing and looking back in the past, like, is there something in your life where you're like, oh, 20 years ago or 15 years ago or 10 years ago, I was like, if I knew this, that would, I would, it may be McDonald's related, it may not be, but like, is there something that would have tweaked the path a little bit?
If I knew this, then I would not have been married 3 times.
Is that what you're going for? Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that a true story?
Yes. My 3rd divorce just got finalized when I arrived here before I went to Vienna, and so I think improvisers go through a pendulum swing of I can only date an improviser. I can never date an improviser.
So where are you in that pendulum swing? Like the last divorce, was it that side or this side?
She was not an improviser.
So next one?
The second one was a singer improviser. The first one was an actor.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not allowed to get married anymore.
Yeah, that's.
But that's a thing that's not a regret. Who has time for regret?
No.
But it's 20 years ago. So I think I've got you by like a half a generation.
Yeah.
I'm 55.
Yeah, 40.
Yeah. Oh, 40. You'd be 40 again. So like if I was 40 again.
Tell me, I didn't know.
So this is 70 and then 2010. Oh. 2010, oh God, yes. So 2010 was like 40 was such a great year because when you hit 40, did you go, oh, 40?
Not exactly, but kind of, yeah.
Did you think, oh, I'm probably halfway there?
Yeah, that's definitely that. I was like, I gotta get this book out. I just turned 40. I was like, fuck, what am I doing with my life?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so at 40. I'm one of the founders of Annoyance Theater, and we closed the Annoyance Theater, our first big space, when I was 38. And then Mark Sutton and I started doing this improv show where we just sit, we each have a fishing pole, and we have a cooler of beer, and we take 2 suggestions and we just pretend like we're fishing and talk for an hour.
Yeah.
Because I thought in my 40s, I need to take it easy.
Yeah.
Right? And so that was a revelation, and it was unheard of to just sit and talk, and I wish that I had trusted just like in that more, and had trusted in how successful that would be.
Yeah.
Because in the same way, in the first 3 years, we were like, people liked it, but we didn't know why they liked it, and we were also like so full of our own life shit that we couldn't let the show be liked.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I think so. It's like there's the offstage stuff. There's so much going on there that the onstage stuff, even though it's super chill, you're like, there's a disconnect.
You get feedback from the audience. That show was amazing, and we're like, it's all we're emotionally capable of doing. It's just sitting in a boat pretending like we're fishing. And so for me, like that really is like I wish at 40 I had realized just chill out.
Yeah.
And also around then, I was also writing more, and we talked a little bit about this before, but I find it extremely frustrating that I learned my first improv games 40 years ago, and I'm this improv teacher that has to be the new old guy, and so I'm fairly confident in improv, but as soon as I start sitting down to write, I cannot write like I improvise, because I'm 3 words in and my brain is like, this is gonna suck. This sucks. This is stupid. This sucks. Oh, just shut up. Why are you even? And my inner monologue is insane. So like, how did you deal, or at what point did you deal with that?
No, I'm still dealing with that. But
Okay.
I think that, I think that the thing that's interesting for me is the correlation between that in the writing process and then you not being able to enjoy the success of Basprov. Like, do you think, is there a correlation there, do you think?
I think it's, we couldn't, here's the really shallow part.
Yes, please.
We didn't enjoy Basprov until we got our first big star to guest with us in the show.
Yeah.
And our first big star was Fred Willard.
Yeah. Christopher
Like
Guest
Best in
movies.
Show, Christopher Guest movies. So, and like this guy's an icon. And so Fred Willard agrees to be on our show at the Chicago Improv Festival because we work for Chicago Improv Festival and we lured him there with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Nice.
Right?
Well, why would you?
And we're like so excited to get Fred Willard because he's a comedy idol, and all we heard from our friends that had played with him before is, hey, if Fred doesn't like it, he'll just walk, he'll just leave. Right in the middle of the show. And we're talking about a show where there's just two guys and now three sitting in a boat. Just talking. And we had people play characters before, but Fred Willard insisted on playing the character Fred Willard. Perfect. So these are two guys in Indiana, and Fred Willard is going to sit in the boat, and immediately the lights go up. We got our suggestions. Mark says, 25 years and I ain't never let drop that Fred Willard's my cousin. And because he said that first, Fred loved him.
Yeah.
And I said something about, I saw him eating the egg sandwich with mustard, so I knew you had to be kin. And Fred says to me, well, I don't know why that's funny, but I'm related to him. So for an hour in front of 1,200 people, I'm the asshole. In the boat.
Yeah, no but, clear no but.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even in being the asshole, like that's when the show took off. That's when we got confidence in the show. And really, it's like I feel happy, but I also feel shallow that it took somebody that was a big star to validate this thing that we did.
That is a perfect spot to end, but I have one quick question, which is those 3 marriages.
Yes.
Did you get better, or was it like at being married, or was it like all over the place, or what happened? Just real quick.
They say that everything is 99% casting.
Yeah.
I got worse at casting because every time I said the fateful words, oh my God, finally, this one is different.